Welcome to RC Visa and Pension Australia right now are sending shockwaves through migrant communities, seniors, and working families. Overnight, the government has unveiled brand new rules for 2025 that could completely change the way people live, work, and retire in this country. These changes hit two of the most sensitive areas, visas and pensions. And for millions of people, it feels like the ground has shifted beneath their feet. Just imagine this. You've planned your future for years. You've been counting on a visa pathway or relying on your pension for stability. And suddenly, the rules are rewritten. That's the reality many Australians, migrants, and retirees are waking up to right now. And the shocking part, these changes aren't small tweaks. They're big, bold shake-ups that could affect your income, your eligibility, and even your dreams. Let's break this down clearly so you understand exactly what has changed, who it affects, and what you can do about it before it's too late. First, the visa rules for 2025. Australia has announced one of the toughest reforms in recent years. Skilled workers, students, and even family visa applicants are facing stricter requirements. The government has made it clear they want highly skilled, job-ready migrants who can fill gaps in critical industries. That means English tests are harder, work experience demands are higher, and sponsorship programs are being tightened. If you're dreaming of moving to Australia, you can no longer rely on the old pathways. You'll need qualifications, work experience, and in many cases, a job offer in priority fields like healthcare, construction, or advanced technology. For thousands of temporary workers, this creates huge uncertainty. The pathway to permanent residency, which used to be straightforward for many, is now becoming longer, narrower, and more competitive. Migrants who once felt confident about their future in Australia are now left questioning if their visas will still lead to stability. But if you think that's tough, wait until you hear what's happening with pensions. Seniors across the country are calling this the biggest pension shock in decades. The government has quietly raised the eligibility age for accessing pensions, making many people wait longer before they can claim. For those who are planning retirement in the next few years, this is a devastating blow. And it doesn't stop there. Income and asset tests are becoming stricter. This means if you have savings, property, or any form of additional income, your pension payments could shrink. Seniors who worked hard all their lives and saved responsibly are now being told they might receive less support because of those very savings. It feels like a punishment for being financially careful. On top of that, the cost of living in Australia has been soaring. Groceries, rent, healthcare, fuel, everything is more expensive. So just as people need more help, the government is tightening access. For seniors who are counting on their pension as their main source of stability, this feels like betrayal. Now, let's connect the dots with finance rules and taxes. The government is making changes in superannuation contributions and tax obligations, pushing individuals to save more for themselves rather than depending on pensions. On paper, this might look like a plan for long-term sustainability, but for middle-class families, already stretched thin by mortgages, bills, and childcare, it feels like another burden. The public reaction has been fierce. Migrants say the visa system now feels like a wall instead of a bridge. Seniors say their golden years are turning into years of stress and uncertainty. And younger workers fear that they'll spend their lives paying more taxes, saving more, yet still face reduced pensions when it's their turn. Social media is full of emotional stories. A graduate who thought their student visa would lead to permanent residency now fears rejection. A retiree who planned their budget carefully is shocked to learn their pension will be cut because they own a modest investment property. Families who dreamed of sponsoring relatives are being told the requirements are stricter and slower than ever before. So why is Australia doing this? The official line is that the country needs to protect jobs for locals, control migration numbers, and keep the pension system sustainable as the population ages. The government argues that without these reforms, the system could collapse under financial pressure. But critics say this is simply cost-cutting at the expense of vulnerable groups. They believe the government is saving money by making life harder for migrants and seniors who already contribute so much to the economy and community. Now the big question, what can you do if you're affected? If you're a migrant or planning to migrate, you need to stay informed and proactive. Don't wait for your application to get rejected. Get professional migration advice. Make sure your qualifications match the priority industries, and prepare for stricter requirements now. If you're a senior, it's time to review your finances urgently. Look into your superannuation, savings, and property. Find out exactly how the new rules affect your pension eligibility. Don't wait until your payments are cut. Plan ahead and protect your income. If you're a working family, get ready for tighter rules around taxes and contributions. Budget smarter, save more, and seek advice to minimize the impact of these changes. The reality is clear. Australia in 2025 is changing fast. The visa system is tougher, pensions are harder to access, and financial rules are stricter. For many, this feels like the rug has been pulled out from under their feet. But here's the silver lining: knowledge is power. The people who prepare, adapt, and make smart moves now will be the ones who survive and even thrive in this new system. The worst thing you can do is ignore these changes and hope they won't affect you. So I want to hear from you. Do you think these reforms are fair? Or do you believe the government has gone too far? Share your story in the comments, because your voice matters in this debate. And if you want to stay one step ahead, make sure to subscribe right now, because this is only the beginning. More changes are coming, and you deserve to know the truth before it's too late. Australia 2025 is not business as usual. These are shocks that will change lives forever. Don't be blindsided. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel.